The Department of Correctional Services, accompanied by the South African Police Service, have descended upon the Correctional Service of Matatshe in Thohoyandou, conducting a thorough search and raid of the premises. The operation, which has just begun, aims to root out contraband, including drugs, cell phones and electronics that have been smuggled into the prison. Over 100 officials have been deployed to assist in the search. SABC News reporter Makgothi Thobakgale is there for us, and he joins us now live from Thohoyandou. Makgothi, thank you so much for your time this evening. Maybe just give us a bit of information. What's taking place at the correctional facility where you are at this evening?
Well, thank you so much, Mbali. Good evening to you and good evening to the viewers. Indeed, we are here at Matatshe Correctional Service, Correctional Centre in Thohoyandou, where the members of the Department of Correctional Services and the South African Police Service are here raiding all these, prisons or prison cells in Matatshe. And I can tell you that they've been to, quite a number of prisons here, prison cells, trying to search those contrabands, including cell phones, including drugs and other stuff that are illegal in those, prison cells. But to talk more about this issue, I'm now joined here by the National Commissioner of the Department of Correctional Services, Makgothi Thobakgale. Thank you so much for joining us here on SABC News. Just take us through what is really taking place here and what motivated you as the Correctional Services to come here and, do this operation.
Well, today we are at Thohoyandou management area. The section that we are in now is the remand section. So it's a section that houses inmates that are still going through the motions in courts. So there's high mobility, meaning that out of the 608, every morning there are those that go to court, every afternoon they come back. But also every afternoon we get what we call new admissions. There's a risk there, because as they go to court, sometimes they come back with contrabands of different types and in different ways. And also the new additions, new admissions, as I've indicated. So we are in the remand section to clean the remand section, because if you do not do that, you're basically building up a group of inmates that, if it happens, they get sentenced. When they get this on the side of the sentence, already they will be used to smuggling in contrabands or using contrabands in a correctional facility. That is the reason. But of course, we always work on information that we have. Hence, you saw when we started, there was one cell that was jammed that we could not get in. We had to call the locksmith to be able to open that cell. So, as I'm saying, we work on the information. You will ask yourself, out of all the cells that we were able to open easily through the normal unlock system, why was that one jammed and we were not able to open it? We had to call the locksmith to get the cell opened. So it's because of that type of information that we then identify which management area, correctional facility, which cells you want to go in and clean. Because when you clean those cells, the whole facility gets to be clean.
We understand that this operation has just begun, and we saw you brought quite a number of people here. And did you find anything thus far in terms of those contraband?
Well, so far, not yet. We have just started. We are very patient. We take our time. We are very thorough in our search. We also give the inmates an opportunity to declare if there's anything that they have in their possession that is not allowed. And at the end of the search, as I'm saying, we do end up with a clean facility.
And then, how is the Department of Correctional Services, ensuring that it gets on the bottom of corruption that is taking place here? Because we understand that sometimes the officials are actually involved in corruption, smuggling some of the illegal contraband to these prisoners here. How are you dealing with them?
Well, to start with, you need to be able to identify and as I've indicated, with our own processes of gathering information. And we do the normal process of getting to investigate, and what we do is to make sure that we catch those officials red-handed with the contraband. Now, if you do that, you have a strong case. We take them through disciplinary processes, we report them to the police, we open cases, on the spot. And that's how we are able then to deter our officials from smuggling. And yes, that is a problem. It is a problem that we have officials that do engage themselves in such activities. In as much as there are those that are doing their work diligently, they don't engage themselves in such activities. And when we pursue those that bring contrabands, we do it also because we want to protect those that are not smuggling contrabands. Because those that are not smuggling contrabands are then, identified as uncooperative by the gangs and those that smuggle, and they target them for stabbings and other, attacks.
Well, thank you so much for talking to us here on SABC News. That is the National Commissioner of the Department of Correctional Services, Makgothi Thobakgale. But I'm just going to move out of the shot just to allow my camera colleague here, Reneilo Mohali, to show you the action of what is actually taking place here. And I can tell you that, this operation has just started. We see quite a number of, inmates are here. They've been searched, and we saw the police officials. We also saw the officials from the Department of Correctional Services coming through here, ensuring that they get rid of those contrabands. And I can tell you that, as I've already mentioned, that this operation has just started. It aims to root out contraband, including drugs, cell phones, and electronics that have been smuggled into the prison. We understand that we also saw that we saw the mattresses belonging to the prisoners, being ripped apart, and various items. We understand that they have been discovered thus far. We also saw some of the prisoners here declaring that they are in possession of, contraband such as dagga. This is what is actually taking place as we speak here. And earlier on, yes, we saw the police and the members of the correctional services getting inside these prison cells, trying to get to those contrabands. And I can tell you that we saw several inmates, being searched here, and the police are continuing, and the members of the correctional services are continuing to search, saying that they are going to leave no stone unturned. Unturned, and they are also going to ensure that they uncover any hidden contraband in these prison cells. This operation, like I said, it has just started, and now what you see here, we see one of the prisoners being searched here. This is actually what is taking place here at the Matatshe prison. And I can tell you that one prison cell here is holding around 30 inmates. And we see officials continue to search each and every inmate here to ensure that they get all those contraband, and this is actually what is taking place here. And we understand that the police, the commissioner earlier on also mentioned the fact that there is a challenge in terms of preventing this the smuggling of this contraband, citing that there are prison warders who are bribed to facilitate the entry of prohibited items. However, the commissioner has also emphasized that the department is working tirelessly to combat this issue, by also using information system that is, they're also collaborating there with the police and also the officials here to ensure that they get all those contrabands. But for now, Mbali, yes, we're going to stay here with the police with the National Commissioner of the South African Correctional Services, and I can tell you that yes, we are going to continue to remain here to see what is going to be found. Are they going to get those contraband, and also are they going to hold those officials accountable, particularly those who are smuggling those illegal items into the prison cells? But for now, let's get back to you in Studio Mbali.
Kokecho, thank you so much for that update. That's SABC News reporter Kokecho Mutau there coming to us from the Matatshe Correctional Centre in Thohoyandou. Of course, this is as the Correctional Services Department conducts that raid, of course, looking there for issues around illegal cell phones, whether it is contraband. And as you heard there from Kokecho saying that he will continue to give us updates throughout the evening.